history of apps that Facebook has released, there's been tons and tons of things. We used to have a program called Facebook Creative Labs, and we would do a lot of standalone apps, and we would put them out in the world, and we would see, okay, was there something, does this going to take off? And our expectation with a lot of these creative apps were twofold. The first is we wanted a test bed where we could, put stuff out very quickly, test ideas, and if the ideas were successful, sometimes all we needed was enough validation that this was a good idea, and we would then take that idea and figure out how to invest more of that into the actual Facebook app. So that would be one success criteria. But the second success criteria that we wanted was, well, if this is a really great idea, could the app on its own take off, and become something big, as like another Instagram or another WhatsApp? And we actually went and did, I want to say, like over a dozen of these different ideas, and most people haven't heard of them. And the reason why is they didn't end up passing our bar. We put it out there, and we had an expectation that for this to be meaningful, it had to, reach, let's say, n million users within a certain time frame, because that's what we felt that it needed to be, so that in 3 years or 5 years, it was worth the investment that we had of people working on this as a standalone feature. And I would say the vast majority of the apps that we tried didn't end up meeting that bar. So what happened is within a year, we would take a hard look. We would figure out, okay, what worked, what didn't, what are some lessons that we would maybe take back to the Facebook app, but other than that, let's wind it down. And I think we were extremely pretty rigorous with how we wanted to do things, or what kind of success we wanted to see. And we constantly actually still do that. I think Facebook still has a program called New Product Experimentation, where again, this is the goal, to have a test bed. And if something works out, great, but in many cases it won't, and that's okay too.